Alright. Ooh, hold on. Let me full screen this. Alright. Alright. Can y'all be heard on stream? I don't have my phone on me right now.
You're coming through.
Well, I know I'm coming through. It's y'all. I need to know if y'all are coming through.
Oh.
There's Spider. I see.
Yep.
Oh no, we're coming through. We're good.
Okay, perfect. Because I know last time it kind of started off where nobody could hear y'all, but hello, beautiful people. Welcome to
Hello.
the podcast. And tonight we will be talking about support. What is your idea of supporting other streamers? What do you feel support is? And we have the beautiful Queen of the East. And then I am Wicked Love. And this is Spider. And that is what we're going to be going over tonight is our thoughts on support. So, Queen, would you like to start it off?
Absolutely. All right. So it's been a big discussion between all of us over supporting one another, making sure that we can do what we can. Obviously, everybody has busy schedules, they have their own lives to do.
Oh yeah.
This is just a small part of everybody's life. They enjoy it. It's supposed to be something relaxing. But there is this thing which I've noticed is people want to be recognized. People want to do streaming and stuff like that, and they want the numbers and stuff like that. Fact
I
of the
know,
matter
right?
is, though, if you don't support others, you cannot expect to get support. You can't you it's just not you don't just take. That's not how that works.
No.
And when I was streaming, my biggest thing was I always wanted to be in anybody's stream that was supporting me. And I would definitely notice, especially if you were, even if you just said, hey, just lurking. That's support. That's still something. You didn't have to take the time out of your day to even pull my stream up. So the fact that you did is a big deal to me. Whether, you were talking in chat or not doesn't change the fact that you were there. You supported. You said hello. I take that as support. Now some people hate the lurking. They think that's a waste of time. And again, to me, I'm like, that's a number you didn't have just a few minutes ago. So a lurk is a lurk, no matter
Right.
what. But since I've stopped, I've done a lot more of the supporting than the streaming myself.
Right.
And it was actually very shocking to see that a lot of people just, people don't like to sit in my stream. I never see anybody come and support me. Like it's a lot of complaining instead of, okay, what are you doing to change it?
Right. It's like
It
you need to look and see where possibly you
right.
are maybe doing something wrong that someone doesn't like.
Correct.
Are you engaging with your community enough? Because some people will come in there and if you don't speak to them, boom,
Oh,
they're
I'll be the first one to dip. If there is no acknowledgement, if you're not even looking at your chat, none of that, I'm not there for it. If I go in, I want to have a conversation, and especially if you give me some good conversation back, you'll have me in there as a chatter. I will sit and chit chat with you. But what I don't care for is if it's like, "Oh, hey, what's up?" and that is the end of the conversation. Period. I could try to continue it, but if there's no back and forth, you're boring me. I'm bored. And I know that's with a lot of people. It's not just me. Like a lot of people get very bored very quickly if you're not enthusiastic of even having that person there. Like for me, when I was streaming, everybody was a celebration that popped in. Oh
right.
my god, Wicked. Oh my god, Raider. Oh my, it didn't matter who it was. If you popped into my chat, I would lose or be dying at a game because I was way more focused on the chat than I was in the game.
Right, that's me. That
Yeah,
like I
yeah,
find it absolutely hilarious to
yeah.
die
Mhm.
because
Of my
I was
chat.
engaging with my viewers, my
Yeah,
community,
yeah.
you
And
know?
that
At
to
the
me,
same
that
time, I'm the other way. A lot of times, I'll be so involved in my game when I'm doing Fortnite. I'm in a huge gunfight or something like that.
right.
I don't see my chat right away. But as
That's
soon as I get a chance,
understandable.
I look over and I see, okay, this person said something, this person said something, this person. So I'm gonna address each one of them individually.
That's understandable. Like if someone comes in and notices that you are engaged in a game and you are
Yeah,
super hyper focused on that game, then yeah, that's understandable. Because
absolutely.
we do at times, we're gamers. We're
Yeah,
gonna get hyper focused, super into that moment, and we're not gonna be paying attention to what's going on, you know?
right.
Some people
And that
set up
is,
alerts too, like chat alerts. Yes, they do.
uh-huh.
I
Mhm.
know when I first started streaming, it would like make a ding noise or some kind of alert to let me know someone's in that chat.
Right.
But that was when I was on console. So I've never set anything like that up. But I also right now on the right side of my screen, I have a Twitch chat overlay and
Mhm.
that's usually set up on my game. So when I'm in the middle of a game, it pops up on my screen, the chat. Nobody
Mine was
else can see it, but I can see it.
Mine was my phone. When I was streaming, I would always have my phone pulled up because I'd get it sooner on the phone than I would when I was streaming, so that if somebody was talking to me, I could talk to them in real time instead of like a minute later, delayed or whatever like that. That was,
Yeah,
and I still do
Chaos
that as a
Chaos
habit.
said for when they play games like shooters, hey, I will be right with you if I'm in a match. Please enjoy and you will be acknowledged shortly. Yeah. So
Exactly. Exactly. And again, I have my few favorite streamers that I try to be in their streams as much as possible because again, very entertaining, great people, will acknowledge chat, all that kind of stuff. But then there are those few that I want to support. I do, but they make it difficult. They make it very difficult. Like, it's just I don't know. I do have a standard, I guess. But I feel like a lot of people have a standard of what they're looking for. I'm not going to support you just because you think I should.
right.
I'm gonna support you if I feel like you are doing everything you can. You're giving it your all. You love your community that shows up for you. But if I feel like
Definitely.
you're just doing it for the numbers,
Right.
uh, then we're gonna have a problem. Then at that point, I don't want to be a part of that community. If that's what it's for. Now, I
Right.
mean, do you guys feel the same way? What do you guys look for when you're supporting other streamers?
So my next question is I want to hear from Spider like what is your idea of supporting someone or someone supporting you?
For me, it has to do with multiple aspects. Discord, that's a huge one. You can support people through there.
Yes.
Um, because if it's not just that, I mean, there's times where like my wife or some of my other friends who they're not big with Discord yet. So I've got a lot of Discord groups that let me shout, because they're going for affiliates, everything still. Let me post their link in those in Discords that they're not even a part of,
Mm,
and to try to get theirs. But I mean, if I'm gonna support somebody, it's because I'm enjoying being in their stream.
right.
If somebody's gonna support me, I want them to have fun, crack jokes, talk shit.
Yeah,
That's
for sure.
just the way my streams are, and those are the streams that gravitate towards people who are dead set, in you know extremely talk about the game and everything. Yeah, that's one thing. Okay, I'm doing this in the game. I'm doing this. I'm doing this. Okay, cool. At the same time, you need to get to know your audience,
Yes. Agreed.
especially those
That's
who
a big
come in
thing.
regularly. Like
Mhm.
I've got a handful of people who, if I see their live, oh, I'm in there because I know I'm about to have some fun.
Oh yeah.
Right.
I have two of those.
And one thing I'm completely against is this follow for follow shit. I don't
Hate
Yes.
it.
like it.
Hate it.
Do not, will not participate in a follow for follow.
Agreed.
No.
Won't do
Agreed.
that, and I do not support raid trains either.
Oh, yep.
Sorry, I'm not here for. Yes, is it cool to have to look over and see I've got 20, 30 viewers or more? That's cool. But at the same time, I would rather see. I'd rather have 10 that are active and chatting with me and talking shit with me instead of having 30 and I have people who are talking and 25 that are silent. And then those 25 automatic, oh, I should come and support you when you do your stream.
Mm,
Why? This is
mhm.
it's a give and take. If you want
Yeah.
me to support you, be active in your chat, you need
Mhm.
to be willing to do the same for somebody else.
We
Yep, I've
actually
had a
know
lot of people come
somebody.
into my chat, and be like, "Hey, I'm lurking. I'm trying to reach affiliate. Like, if you could, give me a follow, I'll follow you back." Like,
Right.
it's not follow for follow. It's not support for support. Like,
Well, we actually
um,
know somebody that did the raid train thing for a while
yeah,
and got
I
great
do.
numbers and stuff when it came to followers and stuff like that. But I will say as soon as that stopped, that's when they stopped seeing the support that they thought they were
Mm-hmm.
getting. You know, which was sad because they genuinely meant their support, but they didn't get that in return as soon as the raid stopped, as soon as the gifted subs or whatever stopped. That was it. Then their support dwindled
Mm-hmm.
in
Welcome in,
numbers.
Chaos.
Hello.
You have something to say, good
Oh,
sir?
I was gonna let you guys finish your thing, and then
Oh,
I was gonna chime in with some stuff too,
Oh, okay.
right.
as I had some opinions on this as well.
But my
Whatever
biggest thing
doing.
is a lot of people are like, "Oh, well, um, does it cost me anything to support you?" No, it does not cost to support somebody.
Mm, it is
It
free.
does not cost for you to follow somebody. That is absolutely free. It does not cost you a
Mhm.
thing to come in
Talk
and say
that.
hi to somebody and chat with them for a few minutes and
Great.
just let them know you are there, you are present. It doesn't
Mhm.
cost a thing to um say put them out on your
Mhm.
socials, like social networking and stuff like that. It doesn't cost a thing to do any of that.
No.
To retweet something that they've tweeted for their stream, anything like that, does not cost you a dime.
Nope.
So every little thing you can do
Mhm.
means something to
If you
us,
go the
to
extra
anybody.
mile, it is the sweetest thing ever, but it is like it's something you'll never hear, you know. Give some gifted subs. You'll never hear that from the people that
No,
genuinely are just streaming to have a good time and just love the company. That's the whole point of streaming. If I'm going to play this fun ass game, I think a lot of other people would like to watch me play this game or might even want to jump in and
right.
play. You
I
know,
don't
it's never
stream expecting donations,
same.
subs, bits. Like, I stream because I enjoy the community. I enjoy
Right.
playing these games, and if you enjoy watching me play these games or watching me fail at these games,
Right.
then
That's the whole
that's what I'm
point.
there for. I'm there to entertain
I will
and
say
entertain
even
myself at the same time.
right. I will say when I did donations and stuff like that. I took I gaming was a part of it, but I definitely took a lot of other stuff out so it would be fun and funny. Like if I was working for a goal, I was going to make it worth your money and time to even be in my chat to, do any of that. And it was all engaging with chat, like spinning a wheel, taking a disgusting shot, anything like that that was entertaining. That's what I was gonna do. And it's put out there at the very beginning, like, okay, I am working for a goal, but I do, if you guys want to, great. If you don't, we're still gonna have a good time. It doesn't matter.
Exactly.
And that's how it should be. I know there are some streamers that it is consistently like
I'm
that is
already doing
they
it.
pay their bills, which respect. I'm not mad at you for it, but it's very it's one-sided, if that makes sense. Like it is, well, I'm just going to game, but I do expect you to pay me for my time.
Right.
And that's where I'm like, I don't agree with that at all. Now, I don't know how you guys feel about that.
No,
Dr.
I agree
Bloodhead
with that.
said I spend more time lurking than chatting, if I'm honest, mostly because I'm just kind of out of it at the end of the day. Hey, look, lurking
And
is a form of support too,
it
Dr.
is.
Bloodhead. So,
Yeah.
if you
To be
can't,
fair,
if you
that's
come in
one more
and you
number.
don't always speak, that's okay.
Mhm.
Um, just being there and supporting in that way is a big thing too.
It's
Like,
just
you
like what
don't
I said
always
earlier.
have to talk to me,
No.
but just knowing that you're there means a lot, you know?
Fact that you pulled this up, like that alone,
I
again,
mean,
just
You
sitting
thought
there and
about
listening.
us, you
Yeah,
know?
that's
and
it.
one of the things that I'll say is something that I actually picked up from somebody is you want support from your communities, you want support from everybody, eh, but at the end of the day, like everybody's got a lot of stuff going on. There are some people that you know don't have a lot going on that can sit and hang out for an hour, 2 hours at a time,
Mhm.
in your chat. But because of that, like for myself, I try my best to get into everybody's streams. I do.
Right.
But
It's not the easiest thing all the time, though, with life and everything else.
no, so you gotta be respectful of others. And but if I can get into your stream, I may not be able to be
Shh.
in there to say like to have a full conversation with you, right? But at least I the least I can do is say, even if I do the lurk, or even if I say, like do a little couple emotes like hi pipe pipe or whatever kind of thing, doesn't mean that I'm not, I don't want to sit and watch you because I followed you for a reason.
Right.
Right.
I followed you for your stuff. You see a lot of streamers, especially, get upset, and I call them junior streamers. I mean, I'm not a pro streamer. I watch a lot of bigger name streamers, but at the end of the day, not these people that started streaming back in like 2015, 2016 when Twitch was first becoming big,
Right.
where we have the audiences now. We've done everything we needed to do to get to where we need to go, to be these cocky streamers that can say whatever,
So Dr.
you
Blood
know.
said I usually put emotes that way I count as a viewer, or at least I hope it counts. LOL.
That's what I do.
So counting as a viewer, as long as you do not mute the stream, like say if you're lurking and you mute the tab that you're lurking through, then you still count as a viewer. But if you mute the stream, you will not count as a viewer.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
always do the hype, hype, hype thing when I go into
Right.
somebody's stream,
So
and
yeah,
it's usually
every so
good.
often I'll throw in an emote or
Yeah.
something like that. Or when I first go in, I'm like, hey, hey, how are you?
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
I will
Yeah.
say chaos of a lot of all people. He'll be at work, and he'll be on his phone, pulling up people's streams, making sure he's jumping in, even if it's just for a
I
second.
used to do that. I'd be in
Mhm.
Still do
Discord
that
while
'cause
at work.
Yep,
I'm doing
that's
10
what
to
he
12
did.
hour work days lately. So yeah, that's what I do. On my breaks, my lunch, I drop in streams.
Yeah, see
Eh,
that, and he that's what he would do on a regular basis. I mean, he still does it, but now that I'm, home and more involved, I usually will start pulling it up, and we'll have some put up on the computer overnight, especially if we know they're going to stream for a long period of time or anything like that. That's how we show support, you
I've done
know.
that with a few of y'all. Like I'll have y'all, cause I watch Netflix through my web browser on my computer. So
Mhm.
I'll pull up two different tabs, and one tab might have a streamer on it, and
Yep.
the tab is muted, but I'm still counting as a viewer. and then my
Mhm.
other tab has my Netflix with my
Yep.
movie playing. So
Very
I'm
good.
supporting you while watching a movie.
Yep. See, that's and to me, when it comes to supporting, again, we've had a few people tell us that, we weren't supportive enough. I guess it wasn't what they were looking for. But this is where it came into play of, okay, which is fine. Let's hear that out. But I want to know who you're supporting too.
Right.
Within your own community, who else are you supporting? If you want that same support, I should see it being dished out just as much as you're asking for. If I
Right.
don't see that, don't come to me telling me that you did not get support because that goes both ways. It's not just about you. There's a lot of people trying to do the same thing you are. And where you get my respect, or at least you'll get my view, is when I see you are just as supportive as what you're hoping to get in return. You're showing that this is what I want. I'm going to give that to these people as
And like
well.
you don't necessarily have to be supporting me,
Right.
but to
No.
see
You
that
could go
you
support
are
other people.
in
Mhm.
support of your community or whatever
Mhm.
community you're a part of, you
Yes.
know, um,
Mhm.
but you shouldn't expect something that you're not willing to give as well.
Correct. That is where where I've had the most difficulty is where I'm trying to be supportive. I've jumped into multiple people's streams and I'm supporting, but again, the acknowledgement, the chit chatting, that none of it's there. You know what I mean? And it's just not clicking as well.
I've been in streams, and yes, I will say that sometimes I am checking my phone, but sometimes I have the chat pulled up on my phone. Like I'll forget I have a Twitch chat overlay and I'll have it pulled up on my phone. So a lot of times if I am looking at my phone, it's because I'm looking at chat
Yeah.
or something like that. But I've been in many streams where the streamer is just sitting back on their
On the
phone
phone.
texting,
Oh, that is my
stuff like
biggest pet
that.
peeve. Oh, it is such a pet peeve. And I don't know why, because again, it's not my stream. It doesn't matter to me. But I'm like,
Right,
as the
but
person watching you, this is terrible. Like,
you're
I don't want to,
streaming
I can do
to
that.
you're streaming to viewers.
Yes.
If you
But
want these
you're doing this
people to
though.
want to come
This is you
back,
though.
there's got to be some kind of engagement with your viewers. Like
This
I
is what they
said,
do. They just sit
I've
there. Like,
multiple times died in games because I was more worried about engaging with my viewers, talking with my viewers, than I was with that game right then and there. And I will say, Dead by Daylight was the main one I would always die in.
I will say,
Because
I
I'm
would
like,
work
hey, I
very
can play
hard
this
to
game
make
and
that
talk at the
character
same
better.
time, and then, oops, there's the killer. You're dead.
Mhm. Oh yes. That I will say, like, and I'll make it clear that the way we show our support is not how everybody has to show it. But I will say your face in the phone is not gonna get you a lot of people in your chat. I will say you ignoring your chat like it ain't even there ain't gonna get a lot of people to stay in there for you. Like again, who wants to feel like they're talking to themselves?
Exactly.
Right.
My rule about with my phone, if I'm ever on stream, with my cam on, and something, and I gotta have my phone in my hand, you need to let your audience know, hey guys, I'm taking care of something real quick, so that people understand what you're doing with your phone. Not just
Right.
otherwise, it just looks like you're just ignoring your audience,
Exactly.
and that's just gonna be like, okay, this guy, this person doesn't care if we're here or not. Okay, let's go find somebody else to go watch instead. It's
Exactly.
exactly what everybody's gonna think. But
Mhm.
if you got, but hey, I'm doing that. I'm talking with people, and then something is going on. And I'm like, all right, guys, hey, give me a second. Gotta do something on my phone real quick.
Mhm.
Okay, now they understand. Okay, I got my phone out for a reason. Here's why you don't have to go into detail. But it's like,
No.
okay, but at least now your audience knows.
Mhm.
Okay, I'm not ignoring you guys, but I got to take care of something and that's going on in real life, which is always going to take precedence over the
Of
gaming.
course.
That way, at
Sure.
least you're letting your audience know, okay, to a point, something's going on. I need to take care of this first.
Yeah.
That right there's going to show respect to your audience.
I
I
don't
completely
know.
agree.
I don't know if everybody truly understands the term. Follow for follow is kind of understood. It's kind of very obvious what follow for follow is based
Yeah.
off of
Right.
just the terminology. You can be like, I want to follow for my follow.
Mhm.
Now, here's where there's a gray area,
Wh-
right? And I call it a gray area, and it's what this stream is all about, and all that. I'm talking about support for support,
Yeah,
Mhm.
that one
right?
is a little trickier.
Mhm.
It's hard, and it is. I'm not gonna lie, it is extremely hard to truly understand, like, hey, I would like some support for my support. Like, I'm always in your stream. I'm always supporting you. I never see you in my chat. Like,
Mhm.
you know, and what a lot of people what I say confuse it with is they're like, look, I'm not, this isn't a follow for follow stream. This isn't going to be this. Like, and now I understand the fact if, let's say, I'm asking you for money. I've donated you like hundreds of dollars, and then, hey, I've been donating to you. Why am I not getting you know, the same in return?
Right.
That's not something you should be doing. That's not what you should be doing. That's not You're not being a good supporter anymore at that point. What you're being is kind of greedy at
Right.
that point. You just, hey, I want something for my time.
Mhm.
I want money for my money. Well, at the end of the day, you're choosing to support a streamer. You're choosing to
Yep.
go into their chats. You're choosing to give them the money that they need. You feel bad for somebody, because they've got personal things going on and you want to donate. I can tell you right now, on when Mixer used to be a thing, there was quite a few people that I followed when Mixer was a thing that I don't follow nowadays, but I donated, like, this wounded vet. I donated $20 to him.
Mhm.
I didn't ask for anything in return. I read, and this is why it's important for everybody in this chat to understand too. There are ways to properly set up your stream. There are ways to properly set your stuff up. Let me just tell you that some people, these bigger name streamers, can have next to nothing in their profiles and it be okay
Mhm.
for them because they've done the grind. They've gotten everything done to that point, right? But setting up your profile, putting stuff in your about me, you know, getting these things all properly set up so that when people come in, hey, what kind of streamer is this person that I'm getting ready to support? I really am not going to hang out if I don't see much of anything in there.
Nate
I
Cooley
want to,
said, "Rip mixer."
yeah, yeah, right. Uh, but if I don't know anything about you, what am I coming into? Yeah, I can pop into your stream, but if you're taking a minute to acknowledge, and I don't know what kind of streamer you typically are, how am I supposed to know that you ever acknowledge chat? How do I know that, hey, I'm a shooter person, welcome to my channel. I do a lot of shooting games, this, that, and third. And it's just something, a simple blurb. Putting
Mhm.
up like one or two panels, like an about me, and not just the little blurb that's right next to your name, but the little make a little about me panel.
Mhm.
Find somebody to help you out with that. Put something there just so that when people come in and they get, you know, hey, you get a new follower, then they come back at you and they say, hey, listen, you're not acknowledging chat. Well, I'm in the middle of this big raid on Destiny or Final Fantasy or something like that. Like, I'm in the middle of a huge raid, or I'm playing uh what's it called, Dark Souls, and you cannot take your eye away during a boss fight. Like,
No.
try not, don't use
Mm,
chat alerts, don't use anything, just kind of hang out for a minute. I got you. You know
mm,
what I mean? The whole point of having those things there is to allow people to actually know who they're supporting, why they're coming. Not just if I come in and I see you on stream and I think, okay, maybe Spider, I know you used to not really use cam at one point or something like that, but knowing, you know, finding out a little bit about you, right?
mm,
Finding out a little bit about who you are may make me stay around. You're playing Assassin's Creed, you can't acknowledge me right away. I'd come in your chat and say, "Hey, what's up?"
Yeah, it
But
took Spider
you,
a little bit to get used to the whole streaming thing, talking to
well,
people, stuff like that, which I was the same way whenever I started. It was very
well,
quiet.
mm,
everybody does. But again, just knowing the type of streamer that you are, what kind of games you like to play, all these different things, right, enable you to help understand who you're supporting. Why, because you're supporting a streamer that enjoys the same things that you do. Some people like to just pick a random streamer, just roulette it, and just pick somebody.
mm,
But
Right.
when you're talking support for support, when I, in kind of factoring back into that, I get to know you as a streamer. You know, I see your chat. I see all these different things. I understand who you are as a streamer. It is my responsibility, 100% my responsibility and my choice to do whatever it is that I do in your stream. It is
mm,
not, if I come in, a streamer should accept support that is just chatting or lurk. I know once you make affiliate, a lurk may not seem like a lot, and it really doesn't. We all are on that grind for partner, but it is a very, very big, long grind unless you're getting, until you get 75 people in there and all
Yeah,
that.
I was gonna say you have to consistently have an average of 75 viewers.
And
And we're
and
talking about some years. We know people that have done this for
Yeah,
years and are still
are
busting
still
ass to
not
get those kind
partnered.
of numbers. Yeah.
And just because you reach that goal that they set forth for partner does not mean that you're going to get partner.
No.
There's
no,
lots of
because
people who have reached that goal,
And get
put the
denied.
application in for a partner, and still got denied.
they don't have a social media presence. But I mean, and that's a big, like, that's kind of a whole nother, like, topic,
Mm,
as far as those kinds of things when you're talking about helping set up social medias and all that kind of, good stuff. But what, again, the biggest thing, that support for support, I expect support for support is okay to say and okay to do, right? As
mm,
long as you are actively supporting that streamer. And that does not mean with money.
mm,
That means with, you are getting my genuine support of just being in your chat on a daily, hanging out, being a part of your community. Hey, I joined your Discord, I hang out. Now, if I'm in your Discord and I'm chatting with you constantly and I'm streaming too, and I go months without getting rated by you, or I go, and I'm streaming at the same time as you. Some people complain, "Hey, you don't raid me."
Yeah,
Were you streaming at that point?
mm.
Well, no. Well, okay then. Like, I don't know what you want from me. You know what I mean? Like, I I can't help you if you're not streaming at that point. I I don't know. I believe that we need to really start to normalize the thought process of what supporting actual streamers is.
Mhm.
right.
Helping people understand. You get somebody new to your community, you know, the one thing I did in my personal Discord, and I really push, for Raw Nation in general, is, do you need help? Do you need to understand, like, what certain things are? Are you newer to streaming? We offer opportunities to streamers, that are not don't have thousand have 1,000 followers, that don't have all these big things, but want to learn what it takes to put in that work to help each other out, be a part of a team, support each other.
Nate
Also,
Cooley said,
Because
also normalize people thinking in general, lol. And then
love
Dr. Bloodaxe says, I actually blocked all raids on mine, mostly because raids help, but don't. You may get some follows, but might not actually new viewers.
that.
well, and that's a personal
Right.
personal opinion or personal thought on that, and it's true, you may not, but at the same time, again, you know that thing like we were talking about, setting up your profile properly, or when you're engaging, people, right?
Mhm.
Right.
Like in your chat, or engaging people in your community overall. There's no telling what kind of support you'll get out of somebody from a raid. You
Right.
may, but you just the person that's raiding you, did they randomly choose you? Are they a friend of yours? Are
I'm just gonna
they
say if it wasn't for a raid, I wouldn't know any of these people in Raw
Mhm.
Nation. One
but
person came in through a raid and then introduced me to every single one of these people here. So,
Mhm.
you know.
well, and it's a great tool, I should say.
Mhm.
Tool rating is a great tool for people, um and you should always use the tools that you have at your disposal for to help grow and network.
Mhm.
But some of these communities that they try to build themselves up as, we're not a follow for follow community, but you hop in, we'll find you, we'll follow you, we'll help you get to this, we'll help you get to that. But then they
Mm.
have that primary person in charge of that community that, you know, claims, hey, I don't have, this is not what this community is.
Mhm.
It's 100% what that community is. It's 100% a
Mhm.
follow for follow. It's 100%. If I come to your stream, you will come support me. You can't do X, Y, and Z in here. You know, it really is.
Yeah.
There's not that many people out there that don't have strings attached with their
Yeah.
community, their bigger groups or their bigger communities, or any of that kind of stuff. Um, the biggest thing with a raid is, if you get a raid of 20 people, expect half of that
To
raid
go.
to fall off. If you have that expectation with a raid, that half that raid's not going to stick around because they enjoy that person, that they were in their stream, they enjoyed their content.
Right.
If you can expect that, you'll be just fine. But if you have that expectation, oh my God, 20 people just viewed me. Oh my God, my viewership just jumped. You got to get off that aspect, because
Mhm.
10 of those people are not going to be there. Those
Mhm.
other 10, it is your job as a streamer, as an entertainer, as a creator,
To keep them
to
interested.
keep them interested, to keep them into staying. And then guess what? All right, out of those 10 people, 5 of those people stayed even longer than normal. And then,
Mhm.
hey, out of those 5 people, you get 3 new follows.
Right.
Hey, that's how network. It's kind of like a domino effect. It's kind of like
Mhm.
that waterfall kind of thing, down to a trickle. You're not going to grow. I mean, if you get rated by, Sweet Tails, or you get rated by, Nick Merckx, or, any of these, big streamers out there, and you get 100 follows from it. Hey, they have a 5,000 person raid, and you get 100 follows out of that 5,000.
Right.
That's basically that same math that you would see for a 20-person stream, down to how many follows you were getting. You're only getting like maybe 5% or less of those people are going to follow you and support you down the road. But you have to be able to keep them interested. Now, if you're
Right.
doing streaming for fun, don't have that expectation that everybody's going to come support you. If you're in a big community, don't expect the person that runs that community to always be in your stream.
But
Go on.
that's what I think a lot of people have that thought process of that's what's going to happen. And if it
Mhm.
doesn't, then, it wasn't their fault. It was that person's fault. They didn't come and support me. They didn't bring everybody to me. They didn't give me the undivided attention that they were looking for. And that's
What?
where I think there's
Yeah.
a lot of problems, like misunderstanding with a lot of it.
Well, here's the thing. I get it if you're not in people's chats. I mean, you have a self promo section. And let me just say this, when you're supporting somebody, if you go to somebody's self promo section, Spider, for instance, you're probably more junior to these kinds of thought processes. But when you see a self promo section, what attracts you to click on a link? Is it just them posting their link? Or
Oh
is
no,
it,
I'd like to when I look at somebody, I'm like, all right, what kind of games do they play?
Mhm.
Um, a lot of
well, that,
things is just kind of the mentality of how do they talk? What kind of attitude, personality you could try to get a feel for.
let's that's take it back a step though. You're in the Raw Nation Discord, right? You just, you're
Right.
an up and coming streamer and all that. But if you do go into our self promo section, there's people in there that have posted their links of that they went live. What attracts you to actually click that link? You don't know anything about those people yet. You just see people posting links in there that they went live. What attracts you to actually click on that link to go to their page and support that person?
Even if
A
you
lot of
don't
it
know
is
anything about them.
Mhm.
some of the pictures. Some if you could see like what type of game they're playing. Okay, hey, that's a game I'm interested in, or that's a game I've played I really liked.
So what do you like to see though? Do you like to see them post, hey, just post their link, and sometimes it
No,
may
no,
show the game,
I want to
sometimes
see.
it
I
won't.
want to see it. I would like to see not just oh hey this person went live, a little message or something, saying so it's not just something quick. They put thought behind it.
So something
Yeah,
like, "Hey,
It's
I'm going live playing this game. Come hang
yeah,
out,"
so it's not
Mhm.
someone
stuff
just
like
trying
that.
to post a quick link in this Discord, this Discord, this Discord, this Discord, this Discord. Oh,
I
he
mean,
took the time and tried to personalize it.
Mhm.
Okay,
and
let me
yeah,
see let me see what kind of streamer they are now. So that kind of gives me interested, and then I'll click into it.
well, and that's the other big thing, right? Is I will post when I go live. I will post in every Discord that I'm a part of that allows me to post something, right? But I don't post just one word like, "Hey, come check me out going live now,"
Mhm.
kind of thing. I post maybe a my link with a photo, or I post my link with, something about what I'm getting ready to do when I do my Friday night hype nights, right? Of Rock
Mhm.
Band or something like that. Like I post a picture, that one of our people made for me of me on the face of a Rock Band member with a pink wig. You know what I mean? Like with my pink wig
Absolutely
on.
beautiful
That
Mhm.
as well.
Gorgeous.
but at the but you're seeing
Pink is
what
his color.
you're seeing what you're gonna get. You need to be able to intrigue people, just like when you expect people to be in your stream from a raid and people to stick around. What are you doing to attract them to even click on your link? If you're not on Twitch and you're in somebody's Discord, I'm not going to support every single person that's in somebody else's Discord just because, hey, we preach support here. Like I
Mhm.
get it. I preach that as well, but you're not their parent. You're not their guard keeper. You want that support from that person. You got to put in a little bit of effort, kind of like what you said. You want to see that they put some kind of personal
Mhm.
thing behind it, right?
Yes.
And if you're just posting those things, you're not going to get the support from me if you're just posting your link and expect me to come into your chat and be there just because you came into my chat. You came into my chat because you enjoyed my commentary. Well, I saw your link and I hopped in and I just wanted to say what's up and all that. Cool. I appreciate it.
Mhm.
But if I just see you post spamming your link in there, but not actually posting anything about yourself or posting in, that person's chat so I can kind of get to know the person that I'm going to support, then why bother? Why
Right.
am I going to go out of my way to do that? I believe people just need, most people on this platform are adults, and most people should act as such or expect that.
Mm,
Hey
you're
guys, hold on, we
expecting
got a phone
a lot
call.
from some people. That's all I'm saying.
Facts. And again, the whole reason of the topic is because we've had this back and forth between a few people where, again, just because they didn't see our name, like if we didn't say something in chat that they thought we weren't supporting, it's like, no, sometimes I just hop in and I won't say anything and I'll wait. Let's see what we got. And if I just see absolutely nothing, like you're giving me nothing, and I see other people talking to you, you know what I mean? Like I'm watching everything, not just you. But if
Right.
I see nothing, I'm bored. I'm gonna bounce and I'm gonna move it right along. And I don't mean that in a mean
Nate
way.
called
It's
you a
just
creeper.
Nate Cooley's entertaining. See, if I go into his chat,
Look, I go in there just to troll him
same.
because it's hilarious. Because he enjoys it. Like he really,
He
he
loves
at
it.
least he acts like he enjoys it. Like he'll back and forth with us. So
Yeah.
like, it's a very entertaining stream. Wait,
It's
what?
it's actually a good example of what I'm talking about. Like he'll be playing any sort of game, and if he sees you and hey, how you doing? What's going on? And then if
Like the
you
wannabe wizard he is.
don't want to be wizard he is, we'll start talking smack. And oh, does he? It doesn't matter if he's full into a game or not. He will pause just to talk shit to you.
He's like, wait,
I'm
I'm
not.
gonna need you to watch your tone with me.
Yeah. It's a good time. Y'all a bunch of muggles.
You're mud blood, sir.
Mhm. But it is a fine example of exactly what I'm talking about. If I go in and I even try to start a conversation of, "Hey, how you doing? How was your day? Hope you're having a great stream." And what I get is, "What's up?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not wanted. Let me dip out." That's it. And that is a lot of, what I've encountered a couple of times. I've
Right.
gotten, "Hey, queen," or something like that, where it's kind of like they're scared if I'm in there, like I'm gonna do something, and I'm like, I'm here to have a good
Right.
time. I don't know exactly what y'all think I'm gonna do. Y'all have seen me game and how I act and everything else. I don't take streaming as seriously as some people do because again, they're trying to make it big here, which I respect. But then I like again, I told y'all I wake up every morning and I'm watching YouTube and I at least spend an hour or two of just learning different things from streamers and everything else. And the people that have made it big, the biggest thing that they've ever done, and they stress it, their chat, their community, their people.
Mhm.
Like that is what makes or breaks them as a streamer.
Right.
I don't think a lot of people have connected that. They just think, well, if I got the followers, if I got the numbers, that don't mean shit.
That's the thing. You've got these people who watch just to see how many viewers they've got. And if they've only got two, maybe three viewers, they're like, ugh, I just didn't want to continue streaming. I couldn't take the fact that I only had two or three viewers. Like, why? Like,
Mhm.
that makes it not fun to stream.
Mhm.
Okay, but remember, it is quality over quantity.
There you
So
go.
those three viewers that you constantly, consistently have chatting with you, whatever they're doing,
Mhm.
like it doesn't matter whether you have three viewers or 1,000 viewers. Like it's quality over quantity.
Big
It's
time.
not about how many viewers you have in your stream at one time.
Again,
Just
it's
the
the
fact that people thought about you and
thought
watched
about
you
you.
should make you
Exactly.
feel good.
Yeah. Even if it's just one or two.
Right.
One or two people took that time out of their day just to show up for you.
Under
That alone should be just amazing for you.
a lot of people don't understand though that you uh how to say this. A lot of people don't understand that what it's like to have to turn off the numbers
Mhm.
and just stream. You need to go back to the reason why you started to begin with. Were you streaming originally? You were giving it a try.
Mhm.
You see people having success with it, but that does not mean that you're going to have that same success. That requires a lot of work and a lot of effort.
Consistency.
And
Yes,
it,
consistency.
even without the consistency, let's say when I say you say consistency, what does that mean to
So
people?
for me, consistency is having a set schedule to stream. So people know exactly when you're going to be streaming, so they know when to look for you, whatever. Um, a lot of people think streaming every day is the way you're supposed to do it. And for me, I don't think streaming every day is the way to do it because then you're just going to burn yourself out quicker.
Correct.
That's where the burnout comes in. That's
Mhm.
where I messed up because I was streaming every day, 9 or more hours a day, and I wasn't giving myself a break. And I was playing the same game every day. So at the same time, I kind of burnt myself out on that game too, which I've
Mhm.
never been able to actually bring myself back to playing that game again because I
Mhm.
burned myself out so bad with it.
Mhm.
But
I I will say, like, I think everybody here is guilty of that number, that damn number when you see it, and it doesn't budge, whether it's one or two people. And I've even had it to where I had nobody, and I was talking to myself. I'm sitting here talking shit to myself because nobody was there.
that was the hardest
But
thing for me
It
starting
was
out
there.
was
mhm,
feeling like I was talking to myself, feeling like I
yeah.
was crazy. Like
Oh, I did feel
even if
crazy.
I had people in my viewer list,
Mhm.
like still feeling like you're talking to yourself.
Yes.
And some people can't get past that. It took me
Right.
a little bit, but I got past that, and then I started criticizing myself. Like I'd be playing a game and I'd be like, "Oh, Wicked, you're such a dummy. What are you doing?" Like just talking to myself, and I
I've
was
actually
okay
said
with
it
that
out
after a
loud
certain
in
point.
Hi,
in
new to
some
the
of my
channel.
streams. Yeah, Nara's like, "Hi, new to the channel."
Um, hello, narrow. What is that? Narrow-minded gaming. Nice to
Narrow-minded
meet you.
gaming. We'll have to go check him out later.
Yeah,
I've heard he's a good
never heard of
podcaster.
him. Um,
Meh at Apex, from what I understand. Not the
eh,
greatest, but it's fine. We'll check him out. We'll see.
I'll write this minute when I
Oh
get done
man, we're
streaming.
all
Okay,
crazy.
when I
We
get
are
done
crazy.
streaming, I'm
Crazy's fun.
podcasting stuff.
Mm,
But I feel like, again, I have met some amazing people through streaming and the communities and stuff like that. And I've met
Go
some that,
out of my.
like I said, with support and everything, that they could do better. They can do a lot better. Um, Appreciating your chat more, that kind of stuff. It is a thing. And if you don't feel like your chat means much or will make a difference, whether you're a great streamer or not, you already are in the wrong mindset. I feel like that needs to change within the gaming community itself. I mean, if you do notice, some of the highest Markiplier and that when they're gaming, they're talking to their chat.
They are.
They're talking to their chat, and they're entertaining to sit and watch and play a game because, for one, like what's it, Inseam, he does Phasmophobia. You'll see his chat going, and he'll be talking to his chat the entire time he's playing a game and
See, a lot of
explaining a
people
lot of
get
stuff.
mad because some streamers can't always talk specifically to them. If
Right.
they've got a lot of people chatting at one time in their chat, how do you expect them to personally talk to you
Right.
and
Right.
acknowledge every single thing that
You
you're putting in
say.
there? Yeah, they could put
Yeah.
slow mode on, but at the same time, you still have so many people chatting at one
Mhm.
time in some of these streamers' streams that they can't keep up with everything that you say
Mhm.
and address just that one comment every time.
Right.
It's
Well, yeah,
hard.
that's
Mhm.
when you go back to that whole thing of what a lot of people don't realize is if you're going to start streaming, if you've just started streaming, you need to understand what streaming's all about. You need to understand what goes into it. And when I say what goes into it, it doesn't mean just the actual streaming or creating your own content or
Right.
anything like that. It's also about the support for not just you, but your community, for the people that come into your chats. It takes a little bit to get used to talking to people. 100%. We're like Wicked said before, we're all guilty of it, right? We're all
Mhm.
guilty of that stuff. But and it takes some time to get used to. Until I
Yeah.
really started acknowledging my chat, I didn't see my numbers start to grow,
Right.
Mhm.
you know, and not that was not a because of the yeah, my chat, it's my chat's fault. You know what I mean? Like that was a completely my fault. I wasn't doing what I was supposed to as a streamer. I wasn't talking. I wasn't acknowledging them. I
Mhm.
was so focused on my game that I didn't know how to break away,
Right.
if that makes sense, in order to kind of be like, hey, I'm still here. Hey,
Mhm.
I appreciate you guys for coming in. Like
It took me
raids,
a year. Took
Oh
me a
yeah.
year. I started streaming on console, and then once I made it to PC, um, it still took me. Once I got it in my mind that I was going to stream strictly from PC and put all the work into what it took to stream, um, it still took me a couple months, like a whole year of streaming from console, and then going for affiliate on PC streaming. Um, a month or so to get everything set up, and then a full month to reach affiliate.
Yeah.
Streaming every day. Uh, yeah, it's better to stream only like 2, maybe 3 hours a day, if that. But I was streaming like 8, 9, 10 hours a day. But I also had a lot of people because I put myself out there and started going around meeting a lot of people. So a lot of those people that I met through different streams and stuff like that, started playing games with, they
Right.
came in, they brought people in, and
Mhm.
that's how I got my average viewership. Because that's the only thing I needed was my average viewers and followers.
Right.
So, but I probably could have gotten it a lot sooner if I did not stream every day and did not stream 8, 9, 10 hours a day. Because the longer you stream, the more your chances of your viewers dropping.
Mhm.
And if your viewers drop down to one, then that's your average viewership
Yep.
is one.
well, the math with that is you need to know when to cut it and when to keep it pushing. There's
Mhm.
a point.
Right,
There is a method to it, and you need to
Method to the
get with some,
madness.
and you
yeah.
need to get with experienced streamers. And if you get into somebody's channel and they're just like, yeah, I did it, you can do it,
Mhm.
and that's their advice,
Right.
that that's
Mhm.
not going to work.
So to
No.
be
You know,
fair, when I started out, I had a friend who was tech savvy, knew how
Mhm.
to set everything up. I had him set up as an editor and all my stuff so he could go into everything to do with my stream, and he could change stuff around, he could add stuff, do this, do that. But then at the same time, I wasn't learning anything myself.
Mm,
And then we kind of had a little bit of a falling out, and we
mhm.
weren't talking anymore. And I was like,
Mhm.
oh my God, how am I supposed to do this? So then my researcher brain came in, and I'm like, oh, I can research how to do all this. There's YouTube, there is the internet. Duh.
Yes.
There
So
is the interwebs.
The
so I
interwebs.
went in and I did all the research I needed to do. I watched videos on how to do this. So you don't necessarily always have to have someone who knows what they're doing. You can do it yourself if you have enough
Eh,
drive to want to do it
Right.
yourself.
Mhm.
Well, when I'm saying you get somebody experienced that knows what it's like and can give you the tips. I'm not saying to help you do it for
Right.
you,
Mhm.
No.
but at least be like, hey, I want to get into streaming. Do I know any of my friends? Do they stream? No, they don't stream. Okay, well, let me go into onto Twitch. Let me go onto Kick. Let me go onto all these different streaming platforms and find some people, make some new friends.
Mhm.
Try to make a friend or two. You go into their stuff and they say, hey, yeah, you get that one person that's
What's
like,
up, tiny corn dog? How you doing?
Well, hello.
Welcome, welcome.
but you get that one person in in that stream
Mhm.
that is like, well, I I don't really know. I can't really help you. I had to learn my own way, so you're probably gonna have to learn your own way. Like as great as Vice as that is, you know,
See, the
it's
thing is, you
very
can still
difficult.
teach them what you know, and
Mhm.
then they can kind of just run with that and learn more as they go.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And that's why I said I like one of my big things with my Discord is my personal one is helping streamers become affiliated. But my job to help you become affiliated at the end of the day is not for me to do it for you, is not to expect me to do it for you. I give you the tools, I tell you,
He
"Hey,
only does that for his queen. Sorry.
I give the tips, the tricks, what to do, what to expect, you know,
Just
all these different things, but
Mhm.
not anything that is like, hey, you're going to be able to make affiliate in this amount of time. I will tell you, hey, you need to do X, Y, and Z. If you don't do X, Y, and Z, you can expect it to take a little bit longer because you're gonna, let's say, hurt your average viewership, right? You're
What's
gonna
up,
hurt your,
Plato? How you doing? We're talking about support for streamers.
but we're if you want to be an affiliate, do you honestly think that streaming for 7 hours in a day is good on your first stream? Do you think it's good and that you'll be able to honestly make affiliate if you're only averaging in those 7 hours, you're only averaging one viewer? It's not going to help you.
Oh
You
yeah.
need support from others. Do you know where my support started was nice.
Been partying, so now I'm here. Aw, snap.
My support or my support system was a couple friends and my family when I first
Mhm.
started streaming. My family doesn't know everything about it, but they just hopped in and I just said, "Hey, look, just hop in and just have the chat pulled
right.
up." That's
Mhm.
all you got to do. Just have a chat pulled up and just be there every once in a while and just say, "Hey, hey or what's up or whatever." Any
Mhm.
pick a word, say it, in the chat. And they did, and that's all it takes sometimes.
It is 2:30 a.m. here though. Wow.
Oh dang, where you at? On the other side of the
Uh,
world? Is that what we're talking?
Sours, that looks like England to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hoo-hoo. You were having a good old time, huh? 2:30? Oh, that's my bedtime. So I'm a night owl though.
Wales,
No,
Me
close
too.
enough.
Wales. Oh, very
Close.
nice. Well, welcome, welcome. Glad you had a good time.
I
I'm
think
not gonna
that
say I'm jealous, just a little bit.
if
I will say, like, even though, again, when Joey was starting off, like, his family didn't know much about Twitch, but they, each one of them made a Twitch account just so that they could go and support him
Mhm.
and get, like, because he told them their goal and everything, and they followed through and supported him through and through.
Right.
And even to this day, like, you'll see Papa Tony hop in on his streams and
Thank
sit
you for
there
the
and say,
follow, Play-Doh.
yes, thank you
Appreciate
for the
you.
follow. But you'll see that, he'll still pop in and say something, here and there, but it's like, they're not tech savvy like that to like Twitch
Right.
stuff and everything. But that is the one thing that when you see that kind of drive, that's the kind of drive you want to give to everyone that you're supporting. Like, oh my God, you're gonna do what? I'm gonna come and support you. No matter what I need to do, I'm gonna do it. And that's kind of how we support people. And
Right.
I would say everybody in this group, along with Raw Nation in general, if we say we're gonna support you, we support you. We got your back
Right.
110%. And I think we've shown that in numerous different ways within TikTok, within Twitch itself, with on
That's what I was
YouTube.
gonna say. When Raw
Mhm.
Nation supports, they don't just support by being in your stream. We
Right.
support you by retweeting your tweets,
Mhm.
um, putting you out there on TikTok, putting your
Mhm.
videos out there, like so many different things. We have the going live bot for like our stream team. We have a going live bot that tells you when certain people are going live.
Yes.
We have the self promo
Mhm.
channel. You can go in there and promote yourself in there as much as you want. Like,
You should,
you
Play-Doh.
know?
Do it.
It's
Streaming, sorry if you drink Steve. You
Hey,
should though. If
look,
you're thinking about it,
streaming
do
is
it.
fun.
It is.
And definitely if you ever need help, we got plenty of people
Again,
here who can help.
we have a full Discord dedicated to streamers. Like I don't think that
Mhm.
again, I think that's where there is that miscommunication. It is to help. It is a stepping stone to get people out there and going. And again, there's so many people within Raw Nation that's willing to help you get started. Again, are we going to do every single step for you? No, it's your stream. You should want to do most of it yourself. But there is
There we go.
that that you have that support. You have a community that, hey, this is somebody new. They're trying to get here. Bet everybody shows up.
Right.
Everybody's there for that person. And it continues. Even after you met your goal, it continues. But again, it is a thing of like it does go back to consistency. If you're not consistent, it's hard for that support that you want to be as consistent. And if you're not giving it your all, it's hard for us to give you our all because again, we can only
Right.
do as much as you give us. So
Guys,
again,
I gotta bounce though.
okay. Thank you for
All right,
joining us.
Spider, do you
Of
have
course.
any last words that you'd like to
Yes.
share
yeah.
before you
Any
leave?
last words? Any last words
Word,
you have?
last words are gonna be the same as the last time. Y'all have a good night.
There we go.
Good night.
Night.
Stop it. Sorry,
But
y'all. My
yeah,
daughter's going exorcist over here on me.
it's fine. It's fine. But
Thank you so
I
much for
joined,
joining the
haha.
Discord, Play-Doh.
Yes, thank you. And if you ever see us in Discord, by all means come and hop in and talk to the people in the community. We're a good
Definitely.
time. We
Very
welcome everyone
approachable.
as long
We're
as you're
always.
respectful.
Oh,
Respectful.
yes.
Yeah.
Definitely be respectful.
But we are a good time, I promise. And don't be shy ever, cuz we're
And we
not.
have lots of events coming up.
We do. We do. So we have babe, you want to tell what the events are that are coming up?
Sure, I can do that.
Well, you're
Sure.
part of some of them. So,
I know. I know. Hold on. Ugh. Okay. All right. Let's.
I'm not shy. Good. We like that.
Mm,
All right. So for those just joining in, just so you know, um, because this will lead into some of the other events that we do. We, as part of Raw Nation, have a our own GTA RP server that we have developers dedicated to, that we are constantly working on building and getting people to join in. We have a good time. We have a lot of good content out there. Uh, if you guys saw Narrow Minded Gaming in chat, he's the one that will host it on his stream.
mhm.
Um, Weekly to every other week, depending on the people that how many people we can get in for like a recording session of it. And it's a great time. It's hysterical, whether we're just having an actual RP night or whether we're having just for fun, like, hey, a bunch of the admins are getting on, and guess what, three of them are cops, the rest of us are just there to
Yeah.
cause chaos, and just hysterical good time.
Which we're good at.
That's
Yes, we are.
and that it's just a great experience and a great time. We do that typically every Monday or Tuesday. One of those 2 days we'll record a session of that, and we're looking for more people to come in who know people that play RP or just want to be a part of a great experience and great time. Become some that person you want to be and live out that life in there. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? Um, so those events, they will every once in a while get posted in there for everybody, and we also post different episodes on YouTube. Narrow Minds posted those episodes on his YouTube as well, of the Raw Nation RP, adventures, in the GTA server. So definitely, if you're in the Discord, there's a GTA server section there. If you do play, and you can look out for Bradley. He's the one of the developers to help get you set up and get you in there. Um, And the next event, aside from that, that could be happening this week, which Nero posts in our general chat when he's going live with that and when we're going to be doing a recording session. We have the Raw Nation wrap up. Um, so that's something that Nero, JT, one of the other owners, JT, and myself, uh, that we started. It's a wrap up. So we picked two different topics in uh, gaming news, um, and we talk about them. We talk about our first episode was. Um, was about Diablo 4 release and GTA 6 release dates. You know what I mean? All these big things that are happening, like holy crap,
Right.
like what's new, what's all this stuff. And it's a quick little wrap up. But if you want to be a part of it and kind of see what that experience is about, our first episode's up on YouTube. You can kind of see what it is. It's not long, it's like 10 minutes, just talking about those two different things. And if you want to come in and because you have a topic that you think would be a cool little wrap up on some kind of game, you know, that would be,
Yes.
well, we always welcome people,
We do.
just
New
like these ladies.
people, whatever. Mm,
Yeah, it's a amazing, great experience, and we do that, and we also have the two different podcasts. This lovely podcast of these two ladies that host the Raw and Uncut, different topics each week, or sorry, each couple every week to 2 weeks in the Discord. They get more and more podcasts under their belt. Um, with the help of Narrow Minds, who actually has a who he we have that podcast that we do a lot for, which is the Gulag podcast, and that's on SoundCloud, Spotify, all these different platforms, and that's something that we are looking that these lovely ladies are working hard towards. And again, we talked about effort, and what you put into it is what you're going to get out of it, and
putting in the
they
work.
have been
Putting
putting
in the
putting
work.
putting in that work, and getting to that point where they can have those. Nero put in the work. Nero put in the drive. He put in
Mm,
all that because he wanted it, and that's what these ladies want. And if you want it, for yourself when it comes to being a streamer, the these podcasts are great ways to learn about what it takes for those things.
I can
So
talk
we
about anything. If you can understand me, I usually have to slow down. That's okay. We'll have to get you on the podcast. Might be a
Okay.
good time.
It
yeah,
might be.
Mm-hmm.
and what's great is we do that podcast typically twice a month. This month we're just focusing on the wrap ups, the our Raw Nation wrap ups, but we do that one, the Gulag podcast, and we post that event in our Discord in the events tab, so you know when that event is going to be going on. Then after following that on the 17th, Saturday the 17th at 5 p.m. Pacific time, 8 p.m. Eastern time, we have stream categories where we're going to be talking, where these lovely ladies are going to be talking about different streaming categories and what those categories are, and where you got podcasts and talk shows, you got pools, hot tubs, you got gaming, you've got all these different you know crazy
Cooking
categories.
streams, just all kinds
Cooking
of
Yeah,
stream,
stuff.
all of it.
yeah, go. They're going to go over all that. Then we have another community night coming out where we're going to actually be doing hosted by Queen of the East. We're going to be doing Ghosts and Fall Guys.
Woo-hoo.
So we're going to be
I'm
doing
excited.
Midnight Ghost. We're going to be playing Midnight Ghost Hunt, and we're going to be looking for people to do 4v4, four ghosts versus four hunters, and the team that loses has to give up their spot. If we have 12 people interested and another team steps in, we rotate people in and out and have a good time. And then
And
once
let
it,
me stress, community night is a good way to get to know the community if you are just kind of wanting to see what we're all about and stuff like that. That is a good way because you can join in on the games, get to talk to us, and play games with us, and just see what you how you feel it
And
out.
we absolutely love meeting new people.
We
Like,
do.
you, no matter who you are, where you're from, you are welcome.
We enjoy it, and we would love to hang out with everybody. So that's why we actually do community nights, so that we can have the opportunity to hang out with everyone. And
Hmm.
I always will pick games where there could be multiple people that can join and just kick back and relax and shoot the shit.
Yep.
and what's great is she does those 2 to 3 times a month. So if you're looking for just to join in, have fun, get to know each other. Today we did Crab Game and Kart Rider, which is kind of like a Mario Kart
That
style
does
game,
sound familiar, though.
and it was an absolute blast.
It was.
We had a
We
great
rubbed it.
time. We had a great time with everybody. There was so much. We met a couple new people, got a couple new people into the
Mhm.
Discord, got a couple new people into the stream, followers wise. So that was it was a great time overall.
Yes.
And then she has another community event not too long after that, which is all about gooses and ducks. If
Goose
which is Goose
That
Goose
is
Duck
the community fave. I think easily
It
one
really
up.
is. Like, Among
That and
Us is
Apex,
great, but Goose Goose Duck is
Goose Goose Duck, and
where
then
it's at.
The Apex open
Customs.
customs. Those are the
Apex
two
Customs.
that I think are top two right now of
Yeah.
what we do on community
Crab
night.
Game's pretty
And
cool, but Goose Goose Duck really blows Crab Game out of the water.
It does.
but the best thing about these community events that you can have is most of the time these games are going to be free to play, free to
Mhm.
download on some of them are on console, some of them are on um, some of them are just PC only. So, I mean, you just got to find the event that's right for you to play.
Mhm.
And then probably one of our biggest events that we're going to be hosting is coming at the end of August. For those of you in the chat that love fighting games, have been keeping up with the topics, have been watching all the news and all that, the end of August, we're going to be hosting a bracket style tournament where you have to be on PC. And I do believe they still have the sale going on for Mortal Kombat 11. We're going to be hosting a Mortal Kombat 11 private tournament. And the
Y'all gonna see
winner
me in my
of
environment.
and the winner of that tournament is going to get a free copy. free copy of the new Mortal Kombat game, Mortal Kombat 1, coming out in September.
Hmm.
So if you are somebody that wants that opportunity to do that, again, if you already have the game, all you got to do is just come in and, once we post
I
the
just want the
registration stuff,
opportunity to fight
All
it's
you gotta
Joey.
do is come in and you gotta fight me first. Well,
No,
no, you
I
do
want
have
to
to
fight
go through.
Joey. I want to put Joey in his place. You're
So
fired.
we thought of how we're doing this, right? Because me and Joey can't play the game together. We're brutal and we get very, very competitive. So, do you want to discuss the rules of that real quick?
so one of these rules that we're going to have, it's going to be bracket style, and there is going to be a loser's bracket, right? And here's the thing, you get one loss and one re-entry, basically. So if you lose, you get one re-entry back into the tournament. But in order to re-enter the tournament,
Okay, go tell Dante. Dante, fix it.
you have to win a 1v1 match against Queen in Mortal Kombat.
I
That
don't know if
is
I want to. I've heard
so
she's
if
pretty
you if you
brutal in
lose,
the game.
if we got you and if let's say a couple people in the chat, if they're playing and they, you know let's just, for example, we get two winners, or we get a, who is it, who's in there right now, if we get Plato and, let's say Wicked going 1v1, and Wicked ends up losing her match. She goes down to the losers bracket. Well, in order to win her opportunity back in, she has to play against Queen. And if she beats Queen, she wins her opportunity back in. But if she loses, she's out of the tournament.
But I
And this
love
is a
her and I don't
free,
want to fight her.
but guess what? It's a free tournament for everybody to
Right.
join in. Free tournament with the opportunity to win a
Win
free copy of the game.
I
the
mean, I
brand
love
new
Mortal
game.
Kombat, so I'm gonna
That's
definitely be a part of this.
So, and guess what? If you were planning on getting the game anyways,
why not play it and
but
see if you can get it for free first?
yeah, what happens when you get that free copy of the game
It was all
sent to
worth it
you?
then.
Because of them skills.
And let's say you've already pre-ordered the legendary version of it, but you still come in and you want to participate in the tournament and you end up winning. Well, we got to we're going to give you the game. Maybe you have somebody that you want the game gifted to for you because you
There
already
you
have
go.
it pre-ordered and paid for.
Hmm.
We're willing to do that. But
It's a win-win.
it's a win-win for everybody, and we
Hmm.
do these tournaments all the time. And then after that one, we were going to host it this month, but with ALGS stuff that came up, um, we're not going to be able to. We are going to be hosting a cash prize tournament, cash entry trios, Apex Legends customs tournament. Basically, you and your trio register. It's $15 per team. The winning team gets, I think it's like $130 or $120. The second place team gets $30. So basically, you're coming out, everybody's coming out even. You're making basically more than the first and second place team get their money back and then some.
There you
Right.
go.
So we'll be looking for registration for that coming down the road as well. But we'll
And
have a bunch of community events.
every month we have community events going on,
Hmm.
whether it be
Hmm.
podcasts or just a regular community event.
Hmm.
So there will never be a dull moment in Raw Nation.
That's right. But I do believe, with that being said, do we want to raid out?
Oh,
Yeah,
show.
we can. Would anybody like to talk about our newest sponsor, Clutch
Yes,
One?
Joey. Joey.
Joey, tell us about Clutch One, sir.
You ladies, you silly
It
gooses.
keeps your hands
I
dry,
see,
no
I,
regrets.
I, I see what you're doing here. You guys just use me. I come in and I'm
No,
just
we're
here.
just putting the owner to work. Okay? Listen,
See, look, putting
gotta
in
earn your keep.
So, all right,
All
I
right.
got you. So
Dumbass.
we are a new affiliate with Clutch One. If you guys don't know much about Clutch One,
Homemade enchiladas.
let me
Oh,
post the link in the chat. You see it on our rotating panel that we have down there. Go check them out. If you click that link, it'll take you to their product page, right? So um, their motto is with their innovative formula, you can say goodbye to slippery, sweaty hands. Whether you're playing for hours on end or in the middle of a high stakes tournament, our product will keep your hands feeling fresh when you need it the most. So one of our owners actually has it,
Plato's
and
back now. He came back at this
Welcome
moment.
back.
so one of our owners has the product and has been using it and said that in all seriousness and all jokes aside, with and that's their motto, that's their thing, that's their slogan, and that's what gets you attracted to that stuff, right? To be like, wait, hold on, my hands are slippery wet. What are we talking about? What's going on? What are we getting extra grip for?
Yeah.
And you're just like, yeah, when you're playing on the sticks, when you're playing on keyboards and stuff like that. And trust me, we're all victims. We are all victims of playing these games, and we're in the middle of a tournament or something like that, and your hands get sweaty when you're holding your mouse or when you're holding your controller.
Or other things.
Or yeah, or other things, Julie. As long as you're holding
Oh,
As long as you're
Well,
holding
when
something.
you're playing on the sticks, I like the way
uh,
you put that.
Yeah.
yeah, right. You know, but the fact is,
Hands will
is
never sweat
they,
I was
again.
thinking other things.
but you get. He said that it actually does work. Their formula for whatever they have in that actually keeps your hands from like getting sweaty and stuff like that when you're actually playing, which is huge.
That is good
And
though, because honestly, like if you're holding a controller, it's inevitable. Your hands
Yeah.
are gonna get a little sweaty
No.
from holding the controller and all that. So, like that,
and that and
it's great.
that's not the only product that they're going to have either. They're working on a bunch of great things coming down the road. So if you
Let
guys are
me
interested
read.
in one of if you guys are
I'm
interested,
trying.
please go check them out. Go check out their
Yeah,
stuff
go check them out.
and read some more about their product and all that.
Hmm.
Because in all reality, we don't like to we don't pick sponsors, or you know we don't just pick them just to be like, hey, we want to be sponsored by somebody, let's
Right.
just throw
Hmm.
something on the board. When we look into sponsors or we look into affiliations with companies, or when they're reaching out to us for those things as well, right, what we want is somebody that we believe in their, not just their product,
Shh.
but we believe in their product, we believe in their company as well,
Hmm.
and everything about them just is great, positive vibes, positive aspect.
Right.
They're
And
thinking about your hands.
yes, they are.
I'm done. Okay, that was the last one. All right, finished.
I wanted to buy Joey a case of those because his hands get very slippery.
I love you, Nero. Sweaty
I just
hands.
want to buy him a case because, I notice his hands get slippery when he's holding his sticks or sticks,
Sticks.
plural.
He said sticks.
Yeah, yeah. So I want to get him a case of that so that way he
Hmm.
has a nice tight grip. Sticks.
I will never be able to do a commercial or anything for this. I can't do it. I can't. All about the grippage.
If your hands get super sweaty, man, like super slippery, just rub this stuff on and you get great grip.
Good
I'm
grip.
sorry.
Grip
I'm sorry. My
and
hand
great
always wants
grip.
to do that though. Great grip.
Well, yeah, it's because you're holding them sticks. Wicked. You're another one that likes to hold the sticks. So.
He likes to hold sticks.
Narrow-minded gaming. How dare you?
I'm talking
That
about the
sounded
sticks on your
terrible.
the sticks on your controller. What, man? What kind of sticks are you talking about?
Baby talc. That's old. It's old school. That's the old school way. We
And
got the
plus,
new
I
school
use
way.
Oh
mouse
yeah,
and
don't use
keyboard,
talc
so there
powder. It's
are
bad
no
for you.
sticks being handled.
Just in
Hey,
case
talc
y'all
powder,
didn't
by the
know,
way, talc powder is bad for you. Don't use talc powder. It's
I
actually
was gonna say this is AKA Dami Mommy. So, you ever see Dami Mommy around? That name?
hide your
That's her
children,
right there.
hide your husbands, because she's on the prowl.
You're
Look, you
asking
don't
for it
have to
by
hide your
no
children.
means. I'm literally
And I
filth.
don't mess with married men, but watch yourself.
Oh.
Rawr.
See, I
Great.
got glasses on. I behave at all times.
You lying, the truth ain't
You're
in you.
muted, dear. Nobody heard you. You're
No, I
muted.
said, oh, of
There we
course
go.
I'm muted. Always. I'm always muted.
Always
There you go.
muted.
Dude, you
You
know who
lovely
did that
ladies
same
have.
thing yesterday was your son. Did the same thing you did consistently for a minute and a half.
He sure
Literally,
did.
Dante was sitting there yesterday.
Just having a
We're like,
full
you're muted.
conversation.
He
You're muted.
was.
Muted.
He really
You're
was.
muted. And
Mi-
they
Mhm.
just
mini
keep stepping.
chaos there. Mini
Yep.
chaos.
Yep. Mini
Yep.
chaos for sure.
Well, you ladies have a wonderful evening. And for everybody in chat, I'll just say this. If you're looking to figure out what it means to support others, ask some experienced streamers. Get not just one opinion. Use your community, the communities you're involved in. Use the communities that you've built yourself. Use your friends and families that you met through different streams, and ask them. Ask
Right.
them what they believe support is, because at the
Mhm.
end of the day,
Use me, Plato said.
done, Plato. I'm on the way. Flying
Uh,
out.
Oh my
I
god.
like his name, Plato
Oh no, his full
Butthole
name
Plato.
is yeah, Butthole Play-Doh.
But holy Plato.
What holy pay? Is it holy? Holy.
Butthole.
Oh, it is.
He's
Yeah,
there.
there's two e's.
All right.
No.
Y'all have a wonderful night.
You too,
Look out.
Chaos.
Thank you
Look
for
Again,
out for
joining us.
chat,
everybody.
one of our wonderful co-owners of Raw, Chaos.
One of
Thank you for
three.
being here.
Of course. Have a good night.
Good night.
Bye. And then
He's such a
then we
braggart.
have our awesome comp team manager, Narrow Mind. So if you're into
What am I
competitions
doing
and
here?
stuff like that, he sets up competitions for Apex, Warzone,
Mhm.
I set up your
and all of
OnlyFans.
that.
That's all I
So
do.
he set up my OnlyFans, onlyfans.com/Mommy.
Had to add two e's because the Twitch police found me.
You know, when you first came in, I was like, but Holio? And then I was like, wait, no, there's no O. But holy Play-Doh.
You know,
I like it.
you
Anyways.
notice she went with Buttholio first, like it was fucking Beavis and
Folio.
Butthead. I'm like,
Yeah, I know. That's
Buttholio.
what I was thinking whenever I saw it. Like, but holy, I am cornholio.
Ah. All right, so what's our final words?
All
Oprah
right.
always
So my final words are: you are smart, you are kind, you are important.
Oh my god, here she goes.
um,
She
Nero,
went
give
with
us
the
yours. Your final words is always the best.
final words do you want?
The
The
ones
ones
that
you
you
normally
and
say.
oh.
Say a lot. Your mom is great. No, wait, no, those are not the right final words. Sorry, hold on. Let me get the other final words. Sorry. Those are the final words when I beat people in a game. I apologize. Give me one
I
second.
don't want to say my final words whenever I beat people in games or when people get mad because it's just it's rude. It's terrible.
I enjoy it, but I did Buttholio or did Butt God
He's
damn it.
I
I need one
was
second.
cornholio Play-Doh. He was. That's what he said.
Well, I mean, did he join the Discord though? I mean,
I think he
He
said
he
he
did
said he
he
did.
did he
He said he
joined.
joined the Discord, so hopefully
okay.
we'll get to talk to him. That'd be great.
I hope so. I would love to hear that accent.
I know, right?
Love a good accent.
Welsh. It's Welsh, right?
what
Welsh. He did
accent?
say Welsh.
What accent? Sorry.
Welsh.
Welsh.
Oh, well,
Love a
okay,
good
we can't talk
Welsh
about it on
accent.
stream, but you gotta tell Queen what I told you yesterday, so that way she
Oh
knows
yeah,
why I'm
definitely.
excited about that.
Most definitely because
We can't
I
officially
like it.
announce it yet, but we will. Yeah,
Oh,
we will be talking about that. It's something that has to do with Buttholio, butthole over here. but holy,
Butthole over here.
but holy. Let me put it in you.
I'm bored, so I'm doing nothing, just making a D. So there you
We
go.
like it. Picasso.
Get that get that clutch grip stuff, and you won't be bored. Just make sure you don't, keep it at a correct temperature, because if it gets too hot, I heard things happen. Anyways,
Um,
Yeah. Mess.
you know,
Let me
anyways,
figure out who we're gonna raid
400
while he's
trillion.
giving his final words.
Yes.
Fine. 400 trillion to one is the odds of you ever being born. The odds of you ever being here right now, calling yourself Butholio or Wicked or Dabi Mommy.
Let's say get it right, boy.
That the odds of you winning the lottery is greater than you being ever born. What are you going to do with your life? What are you going to do with your opportunity here, now, being a human being? Go do
You were
shit
the
with your life.
fastest
Don't
swimmer.
sit here. You were the fastest swimmer
You were the
because
fastest
it
one.
didn't make it inside someone's mouth. Anyways,
I wasn't ready. Oh my god. Well, like I said, who could top
Uh,
that? I mean, obvious. You know what? Don't say a
you
word,
can top it,
Tara.
Queen.
so
No,
You can
just
top it.
no,
remember,
no.
with the
Top
words, you were the fastest swimmer. Just remember, we were the fastest swimmers too,
We
and
were.
this is what you get.
This is what you
I
get.
hope you
God
enjoy.
bless you. I do. Haha, want more? I'm a busy boy.
it. Jesus.
All right, you guys. Well, thank y'all for hanging out with us. For the new people that joined us, can't wait to meet you.
Yes, thank you
And
for
we will
letting me
check
hang out.
you
Queen,
guys
hang out.
So
Appreciate
out. Of
it.
we are
course.
going to raid Nate Cooley, awesome streamer. So
Oh,
please
shit. Not
show him
him.
some
Oh,
love.
my God.
Part of
And
our
Everybody calls
we
community. We
will
love
be
his
back on the
face.
17th
Yes,
with
we will.
Raw and Uncuts streaming
Mm-hmm.
categories. Hope to see
Yes.
you all there. Love your faces and good
Talk shit to
night.
Nate. Don't
Good
don't
night.
don't let him off easy. Talk shit to Nate, please. Everybody
Talk
go in there
shit
and
to
talk shit
Nate,
to him.
definitely.
Always.
Yeah.
Always.